Well, my background was Presbyterian. I was raised Presbyterian, and I moved to town about 25 years ago. And when I discovered there wasn't a Presbyterian church in town, I saw that as an opportunity to make some choices that I hadn't had prior to that time. So I visited all the Protestant churches in town, and I was able to attend a service at all of them over time. Everyone was very nice. Everyone was very welcoming, some more than others. But when I came to this church, I found there to be a different energy, there was a buzz. And one of the other things that had been very important to me when I was visiting these churches was to find out what their mission was. And not everyone really knew, but in this church people knew. They were able to tell me right away that this congregation and this church is definitely different from all of them, all of the communities in Rhinelander. Not better or worse, just very different, very unique in that anyone, really truly anyone, is welcome here.
I was raised in a Presbyterian church, and then later as an adult I joined a UCC church, and then when we moved to Rhinelander we joined the UCC church here. The reason we joined was we felt very comfortable here. People asked me to join the choir right away, and people were interested in our becoming part of the church right away, and we felt very comfortable and welcomed here. Used to feel kind of like I had to learn all these things about how our faith should be, and I had to learn how, almost by rote, how everything should be. And over time I began to feel like some of that didn't really fit with my thinking, and when I started feeling that way, I was afraid to let anyone know that was how I felt in my church, because I wasn't sure that other people felt that way or how they would feel about me if they knew I was thinking a little bit off to the side, perhaps, of maybe some of the rest of them were thinking. And that in this church, we don't have to be afraid of saying how we feel, because we can, each one of us, have a slightly different idea about things and still be worshiping together and still be on our journey together.
We joined this church about 7 years ago, and through a process of talking to people in the community and a specific member who, when we were describing what we were looking for aspect-wise in the church, thought that this church would fit our needs as an openly gay couple.
I think in addition to that, the United Church of Christ has a reputation for accepting all people, not just gay and lesbian people, but all kinds of people are welcome here, and that I think attracted us here originally.
This church in particular, I think, is comprised of a lot of people who were members of former denominations, and as a result, they brought a lot of different qualities from those faith communities to this church.
They bring the good parts of it, and it's woven into the DNA of the congregation that we're involved in social justice issues. And it's not just one issue, it's a broad array of issues. It's not just gay and lesbian issues, but it's feeding the homeless and clothing the poor and taking care of, doing what the gospel tells us to do, is take care of our fellow citizens.
Well, my background is I was raised a Christian Scientist. I don't believe it ever took. And I went away to college and didn't go to church at all for many years. Then we moved here, and a neighbor, a friend, invited me to come with her to church. And I came, and I felt welcome. I didn't feel that there was any particular theology being shoved down my throat, and so I just kept coming. Nobody tells me what to believe. Nobody tells me I had to have been confirmed a certain way or raised a certain way or baptized a certain way. I'm still welcome to come here. as are many people from many different faiths that I know are members that have come from other churches. It's a very welcoming environment.
Well, when I first started, I was brought up as a Catholic. I was baptized as a Catholic. Probably went to the Catholic Church until I was about in 5th or 6th grade. One of the incidences that came up when I was a child, I had done something wrong. And I was told to go to my priest and talk to him. And when I went to my priest and talked to him, Father Arnold said that the little thing that I did, I would probably and most likely go to hell. From that day on, since I was going to hell, I didn't need to go to church anymore. I had not gone to church in probably 20-something to 30-something years until the day my son got married here, and his wife-to-be had belonged to this church. We started coming to church here. We started to like it because it was a lot different than the Catholic here. And a story that I've always told is about when I had the long hair, and how the Catholic Church, the women would sit behind me and try to say they were going to clip my hair. It was one of the things that I didn't like. When I came to this church with the long hair, actually I know this church, and I enjoy the people that are here. And if I can get other people to join this church, I will.